What's up, guys? My name is Mike, and this is the Looter's Guide to Tediore Weaponry, one of the 8 weapon companies in Borderlands 2. And if you were playing the original Borderlands, just keep in mind that Tediore also went under some changes in between both Borderlands. So, I just want you guys to understand it's different in a way. So Tediore is supposedly the cheap solution to weaponry. And in the first Borderlands, you remember, there was super fast reloads, but now it's just kind of disposability. They like to throw weapons when they want to reload, so that's pretty cool. But I don't understand their cheap solution statement, because ammo consumption is a major problem when using Tediore. Now, Tediore hardly tested the weapons that they made, so the major defect was when you disposed of the weapon, it exploded, and apparently this would kill people. So what they did was they just declared it a feature, and the sales apparently rose up by 50%. So what does this mean? Your guns explode, and your ammo are essentially grenades. Tediore also has a very sleek, black, bluish kind of aesthetic going around almost all the time. Most of their guns do have this kind of color scheme, which is pretty damn sweet. Now, if you want to start using Tediore weapons, you got to keep in mind one major thing. You have to get used to reloading in battle, not before or not after. It was really hard for me to get used to, and I still do not feel comfortable doing so. But because of this, it's great for spamming the reload button, and it does a ton of damage in a short amount of time. That's one of the great points of Tediore. But if you're like me, who's played a ton of other FPSs, and you like to reload after the battle or before the battle, it just does not work out. It's not really geared towards people like us. They just like people that somehow want to reload in the middle of a fight. However, because of the high damage per second that Tediore deals, it is probably the best company for getting out of a second wind. It's all the seconds wins I've gotten into with this company, I've gotten out of them almost instantly. You just throw your weapon at their face and they explode and you get a free life boost. Now, in case you didn't know, you could also discard the weapon in the middle of a clip, and the remaining bullets actually deal more damage. So if you want to waste all your ammo, you just shoot a single shot and then throw the gun, and it's going to do considerably more than if you had an empty clip. There's actually a formula to this. It's bullet damage times clip size, which will equal the maximum possible weapon grenade damage. I don't have any variables for you guys, so if you guys love math and formulas for video games, then this is as close as you're gonna get. So there's hardly any reason to fire the bullets themselves. You might as well just throw the gun. You're gonna do more damage anyways. The only downside I can see from actually throwing your gun is that the explosions are a bit too tiny for anything but direct impact. Like, when you throw a gun at the guy's feet, they usually just run away from it, and it's so small of a area of effect, it just doesn't really do anything to them. So you do need to aim your gun at the enemy. That's the major problem with disposable weaponry. So one of the cool things from Tediore is the elements affect the grenade explosion. So if you thought that just because your Tediore had a fire elemental capability, you thought that if you threw it, it wouldn't really count, think again, because if you throw it, it's going to light that enemy on fire. Or if you have, the shock thing, it'll shock the enemy, which is pretty sweet. I like that. It's a really cool feature. So Tediore makes 4 different weapon types. You got pistols, shotguns, rocket launchers, and submachine guns. I kind of wish they made an assault rifle. But out of these 4, I would say pistols and rocket launchers are the coolest, and I'll show you why, and I'll explain here right now. So pistols are by far my favorite to spam with, because all you got to do is shoot one shot, throw it, shoot another shot, throw it, and for some reason I find it really easy to spam and aim at the enemies when you're reloading. But there's really no evidence to back this up. I can't say much about pistols, because other than that, they are kind of plain. They don't really have anything special to them. So that is just my personal anecdote. Now, I have a problem with shotguns. I'm not a big fan of these because they discard. When you throw the weapon, they discard in a sort of forward arc, and that makes it very difficult to get a direct impact when you're reloading. And like I said, anything but a direct impact is complete crap in terms of damage. So you actually have to aim lower than your target if you want to hit them when you're throwing. That is a major problem with me, but if you guys like shotguns, you're gonna have to deal with it. Now, the rocket launchers are just plain cute, and I don't know why I call them cute, but it's just, that's what comes to mind when I think of these. When you throw away a grenade or a rocket launcher, it actually preps itself and fires. You'll see, or you just like cock it back, ready to throw it, and it makes the rocket launcher itself essentially another rocket. You can even see the exhaust coming from the back. Now, the SMGs, once again, I don't really care for them. They act really similar to pistols, which is kind of weird because I do like the pistols. And because of that, they are pretty good for spamming, but you'll also run out of ammo pretty fast doing this. As with any of these, if you spam them, you're going to run out of ammo quick. So I was actually surprised by how much stuff Tediore had to offer. This is one of my longer guides, and it's actually great to carry around one of these weapons in case you need them, especially if you need to get out of a second wind. So I highly suggest you guys just bring one of these little cute little guys around and just keep it in one of your slots ready to use if you do go into a second wind. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this looter's guide. What is your opinion on Tediore? Leave me a comment below and I would love to read it. So go ahead and do that. Other than that, just be sure to leave a rating because it really directly supports my channel and it helps more than you would know. Also, guys, it looks like Hyperion is next. The infamous company led by Handsome Jack is the final looter's guide, at least for the weapon companies. I don't know if I'll be touching on the other ones, but we'll talk about that later. Also, if I missed any information, just kindly leave a comment telling me what I missed and vote it up so other people can see it for future reference. I'm not a perfect person and I cannot find everything out about Tediore, so just go ahead and help me with that, guys. So that's gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.